Hi and welcome to this week's Sim Racing News Roundup, just in time for Easter. And kicking things off, we have the news that World of Outlaws is heading back to console, with a game coming for Xbox and PlayStation in the autumn of this year, 2022. So it's been a while since we've had a World of Outlaws title. In fact, to the best of my recollection, PlayStation 2 era was the last time, and in fact I still have a copy of it on my shelf. The interesting thing about this one is it's the first title coming from Monster Games, who used to do the NASCAR Heat series and the Tony Stewart series and SRX Racing, which was actually not too bad. But it's the first title since then, since they've been bought by iRacing, and apparently it will have iRacing assets in it, so it will be interesting. I think it's most likely going to be sticking to the Monster Games engine, but bringing in some iRacing assets to it. But we'll see what that brings. So that one's heading our way in autumn. We've then also had an update for Grid Legends, bringing it to version 1.07, and this has got a whole load of general fix around it, so tweaking a few bits and pieces here and there. I'll leave details down in the patch notes below. Main thing, and a bit of a reoccurring theme across all games, is Russian flags have been removed from the Moscow circuit and banner selection. So obviously it will be a bit difficult to take out the Moscow locations entirely, but they appear to be de-Russianifying it as much as they can. Shouldn't go around invading sovereign nations, Russia. Some AI fixes, some changes to the career, and bits and pieces around the art and performance, and these have hit both the Steam versions, Xbox and PlayStation versions. All have their own specific tweaks and fixes, so as I say, link to the patch notes down below. We've then had a really tiny little update for RaceRoom, basically fixing some of the Lautzring oval objects sticking out of the outer wall, which could screw up your lap, adding Fanatec logos to all of the liveries in the DTM Esports, so they are the new sponsor of the series, so modifications to all the liveries for that, but tiny little update on that one. A lesser known title, but one I'm a big fan of over on Steam, Pure Rock Crawling, which is basically what it sounds like. It's taking 4x4s and crawling over rocks. It's a niche little title, but I quite enjoy it, and it's its birthday. So it launched back in 2019, or rather that's when it all kicked off, but basically to celebrate its birthday, it is both currently on offer on Steam, 30% off at the present moment, but they have added a new map to it. So there's a new map, new mini-map, new challenge system, tweaks to the vehicle handling, improvement on the low-range gearbox, and other stuff. So take a look at that if you want to. We've also had the surprise announcement of a new sim coming our way. Rennsport has been revealed, which is apparently going to start closed beta testing this summer with an open beta in 2023. Now, I'll leave a link down to the race department article on this, but would strongly recommend you go and take a look at the website for it. If I can sum up my feelings in it in one short sentence, it would be sounds too good to be true. It's promising a lot. It's shown very little other than some vehicle renders. I'm not convinced. Call me cynical, but I'm not convinced at this moment in time. Automobilista 2 has also had a new update. This is basically just bringing the release candidate that I reviewed in a video recently and a load of other stuff into the title. It's big changes, brings new car in the form of the 2022 Formula 1 car. It's not official, obviously, but it is a really good rendition of it. New track, new version of the Brazilian stock car, and a load of other stuff as well. Good update, well worth it in my view. We then have had the launch of a title called Rush Rally Origins. Now, this has been out on mobile for a while. No, don't turn off just because I said mobile. It's been out on mobile for a while and is now launching on Steam, and it's a isometric, top-down rally title. So it sounds a lot like Art of Rally, but it's not. Completely different art style. It's more a kind of faux 16-bit-y type look to it. I really like the aesthetic of it, being perfectly honest. Now, Rush Rally, particularly Rush Rally 3, is easily, in my view, one of the best racing titles on mobile phones. Now, that doesn't sound like a particularly high benchmark to pass, but it's one of the few that I actually found works and is enjoyable. And this, as an isometric play on it, actually works really well. It was supposed to get released tomorrow, the 15th of April, and I had it on my wish list, and then it popped up in my email that a title on your wish list has become available for sale. And they launched it yesterday. Now, I only managed very late yesterday to get about an hour on it, but it's actually surprisingly good fun, and if you're into old school style isometric racers, this one is well worth a look. Again, similar to Art of Rally, there's actually quite a bit of depth going on with the physics underneath the title, more than you would think for what does obviously look like an arcade racer. But it's really nice, a lot of cars, a lot of stages and locations. Good fun all round. I'm enjoying that one. We've also had a new update for Gran Turismo 7. It's now on update 1.12. This is quite a surprising one because we only had the last update land last Friday, and you don't normally get a new update for a GT title that quickly. Not at all. But the 1.11 update basically balked a load of the invitations for buying cars, because yes, that's right, you have to get invitations to buy certain cars in Gran Turismo, and it messed a load of them up. So what they've basically done is given invitations for all of the 10 cars that require invitations for everybody for 30 days. Keep in mind though that if you're going to buy all of those, you need to grind out 22.6 million credits, which in DT7 terms is going to take you a while. But at least they're updating it, which is good. And then we've also had, final one, the April release candidate has gone out for R-Factor 2. Main changes around this is there are big changes to the sound engine. I've downloaded this, I've not had a go with it in myself yet, but there are big changes with the sound engine. There's some new physics areas they're looking at for shift protection, engine and brake cooling, and there's been a big update to the wet weather, which kind of puts a snaffle on a video I was putting together around comparing wet weather in various titles. So that's going to take a little while longer to do because I've now got to look at R-Factor 2 again from scratch. So there's a load of new stuff in here. Again, patch notes I'll link to down below. Go and take a look at them. But it's good to see some stuff coming through for R-Factor 2 again. Keep in mind that that is a release candidate, so you'll have to go onto the beta stream to get it. It's free. You can just go and download it if you want. But this isn't a full release of the update. And then finally, the content that you have been looking at, well, the track is available over on Race Department, and it is Spa, but 2022. So the new layout with gravel traps replacing a lot of the old tarmac runoffs, some profile and contouring changes to some of the corners. It's a really nice version of it to race, and what I'm taking around here with it is the Race Sim Studio Formula Hybrid X 2022 Evo, which is RaceRoom Studios, and it is a paid mod. I'll leave a link to it, but it is a paid mod. It's a few euros. It's their take on the 2022 F1 car. So it's actually in the news this week. One in the news and one in the mods. We've got two versions of the 2022 F1 car, all before the F1 title for 2022 even gets announced itself. But there we go. So that's this week's Sim Racing News Roundup. If you found this video enjoyable, please do hit the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when new content gets uploaded. Thanks very much for watching. Take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.